So tonight I'm doing something pretty cool. My headlights are not that good, so I decided that I'm going to wrap them. Now the Spider MR2 headlights, there is something called the C1 headlight cover. It basically covers the top and then it covers the bottom down here in some fashion. I think the bottom actually goes over to here or so. But anyway, they sell that online and at a number of various places, and it's like $150. Well, you guys know how I like to keep it cheap and do things at a super low budget. So I have leftover wrap scraps from this wrap, and I decided to make my own C1 headlights. So this episode, I'm going to show you how to make this. See if you can see here. See, it goes all the way around. I'll show you in the sunlight tomorrow. So basically what you want to do is, I didn't do this headlight yet. You see how right here my headlight's discolored, and it's a little foggy, and I did an episode where I recolored it, but because these used to be yellowish, but now they're clear. Yet in the inside, this is probably from sun damage, and I can't get rid of that unless I take the light apart, and I don't really want to do that at this point in time, so I'm going to do this instead. And then when I take the light apart for another mod later on, I'll do that. But so here's how you do that and translate it here. That looks pretty good. So what you want to do is, see how I did it is I'm using knifeless tape, and this is going to be my leading knifeless tape edge that I'm going to use to pull. And how I spaced it is, I look directly from kind of the top of the headlight right now. As you can see, the view is right above it, so I follow that line and then come down and then kind of shadow this stock line on the headlight here. And then right down here you get to the circle where your signal light is, and you just want to follow this circle all the way around till you get about here or so, and then you bring it up however high you want. Usually I try to line it up with this edge, and then I connect. And once I do all that, I wrap over it, and then I'm gonna pull the tape and then cut it along the edge of the headlight, and then there you go. You have your own personal C1 headlight cover, as long as you have some wrap material left over. So let's get started. So real quick, when you get to this point right here on this particular headlight, it likes to bunch up right against this edge right here. Even though I try to do this part first to avoid this, if you do this part first, it does create a problem over here where this part will kind of just fold over and bunch up and overlap. So there's a number of ways you can attack this. You could cut out a hole in the middle and make it easier for you to stretch everything, but that does risk a lot of reposition. And when it comes to chrome, the more time you reposition, the more reposition lines you're gonna get, like those right there. Oh, see the haziness there? That's for repositioning lines. So lesson learned, I'm trying to avoid doing that as much as I can. So once you get to here and it bunches up, what you can do is just progressively, like I said before, just use your hood as an anchor, and then just stretch one way like this, and then if you stretch it the other way, see how if you push down over here, it cinches it. So it essentially gives pressure this way and that way, and it lets you smooth it out quicker. So here you can just, once you get it pulled kind of out enough, then you can use your squeegee to kind of just tamp it down and create that straight barrier. Anyway, just a quick wrapping tip for you guys, and I'll continue the rest of this. Alright, so at this part, I turned the lights back on. Now I've already cut around the edges here, and everything is nice and flush. There's no lifting or wrinkles or anything like that. So you want to make sure that's good first. Now at this part here, I've grabbed a piece of the knifeless tape right here, and then I folded it in half. So let's see, let's take this camera off the mount here. Okay, so as you can see, the knifeless tape runs right here, and it goes around the edge, and it wraps all the way around. Now you break into the middle here, and then you grab this piece of knifeless tape, and you fold it down like this in the middle. And if you never used knifeless tape before, you should practice. But basically you fold it down and then you pinch it right here, and then with your other hand you pull this part. So I'll put the camera back on the mount, and then you pull this part and it exposes the little wire in the middle. So you have a flap on one side and the rest of the tape on the other side, and then you pinch it with your thumb down here, and then you give it a quick jerk, and it should cut right through the knifeless tape and the vinyl, and then you can just pull at a 45-degree angle. So I'll put it back on the mount. Okay. Alright, so here I go. Here I'm gonna pinch on both sides and pull on the right side, and it exposes the little piece of knifeless tape there. Then I'm going to stretch it back out, and as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see, there's this section right here where the wire is exposed. And what you want to do is pinch, put your finger down right here and pinch this, and then you just pull. There you go. See, now that cut through both the tape and the vinyl, and then you can just start pulling this. And if you plan your knifeless tape out correctly, you also want to plaster this down real good in the area in which you're pulling, so you don't get any odd lifting and you cut parts you don't want to cut. So you're pulling at a 45-degree angle. Pull, 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 pull. Around the bends, you want to be careful. Sometimes you want to just keep your finger in the back end there, so that you don't get bad cuts. And then here you pull this up top, and there you go, all around. So now you can just pull the middle just like that, and then you can grab the rest of the knifeless tape that's still hidden under the wrap, and then you're gonna pull all the knifeless tape out. Okay, and now you have an area in which it's slightly lifted. You want to run your finger along there to seal it up. Careful on the corners there. You don't want to push all in one direction, because it's gonna cause you to the more material end up in the direction in which you push, and it's gonna wrinkle. Okay. That looks fantastic. Now, you want to take your heat gun, and you want to go around and seal it all off. Okay, so here we go. Plugging the heat gun in. And not too much heat, just enough you can feel it conform. And this will seal up the edges, and it will not lift after you do this. With the chrome, you don't want to use heat on it for too long or focus in one area for too long, because that's gonna cause it to haze and gloss and like kind of turn white, and be discolored, and you don't want that. So you just want to go around the edge and use your thumb to seal it off. Okay, let's take a look. So you can see there, just a little bit of a wrinkle right here. You can just push that one with your nail. If you run it back over with heat, and it should settle. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Your own personal C1 replica headlight cover. So this will look really good when it's outside, because it looks like it's part of your hood and your fender extended. You know, just a little customization if you guys like that. But it definitely hides the imperfection that was up top on my headlight, until I get a new headlight or redo them. But these headlights are pretty expensive. So I'm going to shut this one off, and I'm going to show you what it looks like in the daylight. Alright boys, we got daylight. Now, as you can see here is the finished product. They match. That side and that side both match, and the nasty parts on the headlights are covered, so you can't really tell of any discoloration that I had on top. And on top of that, it doesn't cost you $200 to buy the ones that are made out of plastic, and it covers here and there, and you have to paint match the paint, or it just looks different from whatever paint that you have. As you can see, if we step over here, it all blends in with the wrap, so it looks like it's a bigger part of the hood and a bigger part of the fender, which is kind of a interesting unique look to it. I haven't seen another Spider with this kind of cover. I've seen people that only done the top, but not all around. So I got a unique one. So if you guys like this video and the tutorials on how to do these type of mods, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and tell me if you want to see more stuff on any of these other cars that I got back here. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later.